Hey guys, I'm Alan Zorkel with Mr. Z's Music Lessons. Today we're going to be doing a lead guitar tutorial over Raise a Hallelujah by Bethel Music. And if you'll check in the description, I have a link to a free tab down there that you can print off and follow along with. I'll also have a tab running across the screen. And I also made a video of me just playing through the whole song, so if you just want to hear what it sounds like, I'll have that linked up at the top of the screen and also in the description for you. And the song is in the key of D flat. We're going to use a capo in the first fret just to make the shapes make a little bit more sense and easier to follow. So yeah, just don't forget that capo there on the first fret. And our tempo is 82 beats per minute, and it's just in 4/4. So if you have a dotted eighth note delay for the intro part, it'll make this part a lot easier. I'm going to show you how to do it just in case you don't, to where like you can just kind of make this sound with just your fingers without using too many effects or anything. So I'm just using an overdrive and delay. I don't have a dotted eighth note delay, unfortunately. I wish I did, but I'm just using an analog delay and then just a little bit of reverb. So I'm just going to play kind of like a C shape down here with my second finger on the second fret of the D string and my third finger on the third fret of the A string. And I'm just going to hit just the A and the D strings, and the rhythm of this will go. Do that 4 times. And that's really it for the intro. But if you have a dotted eighth note delay, you can just play that 1 time and then just let the delay kind of do the rest for the rest of the measure. But if you don't, that's what you can play. So that's it for the intro and the interludes. Then for verse 1, we'll play the same thing we did on the intro for 1 measure, so that C shape. Then after that, we're going to go back and forth between like a C suspended shape and a C. So we'll go with our pinky there on the third fret of the D string. You can just leave your second finger held down there on the second fret of the E string. So we'll do that for 1 measure, switching back and forth. And then we'll hold the C suspended for 1 measure. Then we'll switch back and forth again. So let me go ahead and play through verse 1 for you one time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's what that sounds like. You'll do that same thing 4 times in a row. And like I said earlier, if you have a dotted eighth note delay, it makes that part way easier because you can just play each pattern 1 time. Like you could just go, just let the delay take over and then let the delay carry each one of those. So that does help a lot if you have one. But that's it for verse 1. Then for our chorus, we'll move up higher on the neck and play a picking pattern. So for this next part, we're going to bar our first finger across the, this is the 10th fret up from where the capo is, across the 10th fret of the D, G, B, and E strings. And then we'll put our pinky on the 13th fret up from the capo on the B string, sorry. And then our third finger on the 12th fret up from the capo on the E string. And then our picking pattern is going to go D, G, B, E, B, E. So we'll do that for 1 measure. For the next measure is move our ring finger to the 12th fret up from the capo on the G string, and we'll play the same picking pattern. Do this for 2 measures. Okay. In the last little part, we'll just leave our pinky and ring finger where they are, and we'll play the 12th fret of the G string and the 13th fret of the B string twice. And then we'll drop that pinky down to the 12th fret of the B string. So let me go ahead and play through this whole chorus for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me repeat it. Same thing one more time. And that's it for chorus 1. And for chorus 2, you can just play the exact same thing there. Then for verse 2, it's going to start out the same way as verse 1. I'm just playing that C shape. And then after we kind of play through the same progression we did on verse 1, then we're going to switch to an A minor. And on this part, this is probably the part I'm kind of the most unsure about, I guess, but I'm going to show you how I play it. So whenever it goes to a A minor chord with that capo on there, we'll play the open A string and the second fret of the D string. We'll do the same rhythm that we did at the beginning, for 2 measures. And then after that, we're going to go to a G chord. So the way I play this, I just put my third finger on the third fret of the E string, and then I just kind of mute the D string with my second finger there on the second fret of the A string, and we'll strum from the E down to the D string. Same rhythm. So let me go ahead and play through verse 2 one time for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor, G, so that's how I play verse 2. Hopefully that helps you out. Then the bridge, I divided it up into a couple of sections. So the first part I'm going to start with is bridge 1. Here we're going to play a 16th note, kind of palm muted riff. So we'll start on the second fret of the D string, and we'll play this for 1 beat, so like 1 E and up, and then we'll play the third fret of the D string for just like 2 16th notes, so it'll be 2 E, and then we'll go up to the 5th fret of the D string, and this will be and then we'll hold it for 3 E and 4 E and. So it's like 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. So we'll do that same thing for 7 times, and then on the 8th time we'll just hold the 5th fret, playing 16th notes for 1 measure. So let me go ahead and play through the whole bridge for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th time. 6th. Last time. And we'll hold the 7th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it for bridge 1. Then for bridge 2, we'll put our first finger on the 8th fret from the capo, on the B string, our second finger on the 9th fret of the G string, and then our third finger on the 10th fret of the D string. And our picking pattern, we're going to go D, G, D, B, and then we'll go D, G, D, G, D, G, B, D, G, D. So it sounds like this. Okay, so we'll do that once, and then this next part we'll repeat 5 times in a row. We'll start on the G string, and then D, G, B, and then it's just basically the same thing. Okay, so let me just go through kind of that picking part for you, just kind of play it sort of slowly, just to show you what it sounds like. 2, 3, 4. Go to where our pinky is on the 10th fret of the G string, and we'll play the same picking pattern. Okay, and then whenever it goes to our like D flat chord in the actual key, or a C if you're playing with that capo on there, we're just going to play just kind of a D flat chord. So we'll put our first finger on the 8th fret of the G and B strings, barred across, second finger on the 9th fret of the G string, and then our third finger on the 10th fret of the D string. And we're just going to strum 16th notes. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And on beat 4, we're going to throw that pinky on there for 1 beat, 4, 8, and then we'll go back to just our shaping. whenever it hits our G flat chord, or our 4 chords, it'll be an F and C. So we're going to just hold that pinky there for, it's going to be 3 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me go ahead and play through all of bridge 2 for you. And this part, probably the best thing to do will be, after this, just head over to that video where I play through the whole thing. Hopefully that will help make more sense. Yet you can see how it fits together. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it for bridge 2. Then for chorus 3, we're going to play the same shapes that we did on the other choruses, just we're going to thin out our rhythm and just play some whole notes. So for our G flat chord, or F if you're thinking of it with the capo, we play it like this. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, then D flat, 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay in the same spot for B flat minor, 2, 3, 4, then the same thing again. Then after that, we're just going to go to our picking pattern that we did on the other choruses. So let me go ahead and play through all of chorus 3 for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it for chorus 3. Then the last part of the song I have labeled as the refrain, and this part's it's kind of semi-hard to explain, so if it doesn't make sense, yeah, just follow along with that tab, watch the video of me playing through all of it, that should help. So we're going to start on the 10th fret of the G string, and we'll play that once. Then we'll put our first finger on the 8th fret of the B string, then we'll come back to the 10th fret on the G, and then the 9th fret of the G. So that sounds like. Then we'll go back to the 10th on the G, 8 on the B, 8 on the E, and then we'll kind of repeat that pattern. So here's what it sounds like. We'll repeat this a bunch. So after you repeated that, does that like 5 times basically, and then after that, on the 6th time, we're going to start out the same way. Fret of the E string, and then we'll play the same pattern with that pinky there. And to end the song, we'll take that pinky off. Yeah, just end on the 8th fret of the E string. So let me play through this whole refrain for you one time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it for the refrain. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for this tutorial. Hope that helps you learn the song. It does have a really pretty cool guitar part that's a lot of fun to play. Well, let me know if you guys need anything. If you have any questions or anything, just leave them down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out today. I really appreciate all of you. So I'll see you guys in the next one.